Hey everyone, today I want to review this book, Treasury of American Pen and Ink Illustration. This is a great resource if you, like me, doesn't know a lot about American illustration, especially like this more golden age of illustration. There are some names that you will definitely recognize, especially if you follow like James Gurney and these contemporary artists that talk a lot about this. But you can learn new names and follow new artists as you see throughout the book. It's supposed to be like more of a cheap book from Dover. So it depends. You can find from like used books and all of that, as well as just research some of the names on the internet and learn more from these artists. So 236 drawings from by 103 artists. The book starts with an introduction, contextualizing the era, what was happening, how they were pricing their work, if it was more of an etching approach or final pen and ink illustration, some of the relationships between the people that they're going to comment on throughout the book. But the most important for me is this is the index of artists. If you want to like take a print screen or anything like that and research them, these are the names of most of all the artists in here and most of the people that were doing illustrations on a more realistic approach in that era. So Edwin Austin Abbey, it's a household name. You probably heard of him, but there are a lot others that you will learn from this book. I love the way that they group some of the values and the cross-hatching in a way to point out what is the main focus and the center of interest, the focal point of the image, the black versus white relationships and contrasts. It's as they have such a limited material to work with, black and white and cross-hatching, it's interesting to see a lot of different artists and their approach and their solutions to some of these visual challenges. Dark versus light contrast, as well as leaving blank spaces in your illustration. You can see a lot of the usage of this throughout the book. Doesn't matter which artist is, they have a visual solution for what they're doing. I love this, for example, or this as well. Charles Howard Johnson in this example. So a lot of different names. I'll skip through some of them just so that we can cover everything. But definitely a lot to learn, doing some copies here and there. So Howard Pyle, another big household name, Maxfield Parrish. You can see the start, a little bit of a caricature approach, and you see in the end of the book more of that. I love this artist, Joseph Pannell. I learned about him through another book. I don't remember which was. I think one on more urban sketching approach. But definitely these examples are awesome. The use of the white of the paper in the areas of light in here, contrasting to a very black groupment of value in the back. It's super interesting. This one as well, leaving out some spaces of blank paper, just a hint of the detail in here against a very detailed approach in the middle, in the focal point. The same in here. This is from Ernest Clifford Peixoto. At least in Portuguese, that's how you pronounce that. I don't know where he's from, probably the US. Frederick Remington, if you are from the US, you definitely heard of him. If you see horses, cowboys and stuff, probably Remington. I highly recommend searching his sculpture work. It's beautiful, beautiful. Once again, leaving out some of the spaces. So a lot of great examples for you to learn from, do some copies, apply these final details and way of finalizing your work to your own work as well and experimenting with it. McCarthy. So James Montgomery Flagg, another famous one that I heard of before. And once again, a lot of different approaches, 103 different artists with different styles, getting a little more stylized, more caricature approach, not full cartoony, but starting to distort some of those proportions. And in the end of the book, you have way more of that as well. Once again, going back to realism, this reminds me of Dean Cornwell as well, Joseph Clement Cole. Another artist that I didn't know of, if you heard of him. Franklin Booth, great use of cross-hatching throughout. This is beautiful. I love the animals here. William Robinson Lee. And finally, more caricature approach. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it got you inspired to learn more from the golden age of illustration, American illustrators, pen and ink, as well as etching process, and that the use of that in editorial illustration. Definitely, this is a great resource to grow from. Yeah, have a great day, have great studies, take care, and I see you on other videos. Bye.